So my name is Sarah, and this is my husband Alex. We've been married for about 5 years. I started going to UCA in 3rd grade, and then I stayed there all the way until I graduated high school. I think what set UCA apart was the teachers and the staff that they chose to hire. They were reachable, you know what I mean? So you could talk to them about anything, even about life, even if it wasn't about school. Again, one of the defining things of UCA is that it wasn't just like biblical based, but it was more like, how do you practice that? I think they really prepared us well how to enter the world as Christians. Like, how do you transform the world but not be transformed by it? So I think that was one of the things that they really impressed upon us.
Yeah, I'm adopted, so my adopted family, I was the youngest of 4. Yeah, Child Protective Services came and took us away because we were just living in some crazy conditions and super unhealthy. We were being neglected, abused. So I was able to be adopted out to the family that I call my real family now, with my older sister.
His foster journey was definitely the seed of why we wanted to do it, because even from the time we were dating, he told me, he was like, this is something I want to do because I want to do for a child what someone
was given for me.
So it's super well known that foster care is a very broken system, and there's just a lot of factors that are out of everyone's control. But I think what God actually calls us into is to enter into the brokenness of the world and not to necessarily run away from it.
So yeah, Tori, she came from Ontario. She's just this vibrant, go-lucky little girl, who wants to be a part of everything. And Sarah and I had no idea, what to expect with the whole foster care system. And
we have no biological children of our own,
yeah.
So we had no parenting experience when she came.
Yeah, we were just like, cool, let's, and most, like, every parent, you never know what you're gonna get, but this, you're like, okay, now you have a 3.5-year-old girl, coming up your driveway. You're like, all right, people are like, how can you do it? How can you, take this child in and then be fearful that it may be taken away from you? And, we're just trusting God, and over the 2 years, we've grown to just love her and love on her and provide anything that we can for her to make sure that, that her life can be everything that she's wanted it to be, And
even if she leaves tomorrow, that we would have laid a foundation for her in Christianity. I think for us, the boldness was unintentional, but I think where it really came from, surrendering what God wanted for us and wanted for our lives, and just learning to actively wait on that. And I think one of the byproducts of that was boldness.
My name is Swart, and I'm a senior. I started coming to UCA when I was a freshman. But I wouldn't say I really became a Christian until I got into high school and started learning more about who God really is, just through teachers and through the environment around me here at the school. A little bit is just learning in Bible classes, evidence for why we believe what we believe, actually knowing practical and actual hard evidence, not just knowing that this is true, but knowing, hey, if I know how to protect my faith now, I know why I believe these things. I know the reasons behind it. I know the evidence, scientific, historical. I think that really cemented it for me. I think I chose to go on a mission trip at first just to do something to get out of my comfort zone. It was something I was interested in, but I didn't really know how much I would be into it. So I just thought I should try it, and go serve others, just see what that is like, get out of my comfort zone. Sacrificing what's comfortable to myself to give someone else either comfort or just happiness, whatever it is, to just give them what they need at the expense of my own self. I think that's been the most impactful thing. I think God uses me to be bold, and He calls me to do things that I'm not always comfortable with, whether it's going on a mission trip, something as extreme as that, or just doing something as simple as you see someone sitting alone, going to sit with them and talk with them for a little bit. I think even just things like that, God calls us to be bold, and it's just taking that step out of our comfort zone. Yeah, I think that's how God's calling me to be bold. So for the two Mexicali trips that I've been on, we go down there. We do like a vacation Bible school, a VBS down there for the kids at the church or in the local like community. We partner with a church down there, and we go do a VBS for them. And it's really cool because we get to create all the lessons and everything. Going to Guatemala was really cool. We get to go down there and just travel the country, and then we get to spend some time at the orphanage, Ahikam, for a few days and just serve in any way they need. We get to play with the kids, just spend a lot of time with them and be there with them and show these these orphan kids just some love because they don't get a lot of that. I think the impact that we get to have is going down there is just being able to be like a light in their lives. I think it's something that they will remember. I think they'll remember that when these people came from another country, just to be there with them for a few days, to take time and hang out with them and show them love. These kids have been abandoned. It's not their first, instinct. A lot of them didn't experience a lot of love early on in their life. So I think just showing them that God's love through that is really like impactful for them. And on the flip side, even for us as we go, for me, it is like really impactful seeing that.